all is vanity. Lock in on the kingdom of heaven. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rachat B'dash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of the great millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect. Shalom Barakathum. And this is going to be a real quick in-transit lesson, just kind of on my spirit, to, exhort brothers and, be shored up in the faith and, separate the things of the world from the things of the ministry, which, we do this lesson because we know that's what we should do. It's kind of one of the basics, but, this is just a reminder of it because we know things are easier said than done, as the Apostle Paul goes into in the book of Romans, the 7th chapter, about how the things we want to do, we can't do. The things we should do, we don't do, and how the flesh always basically had a leg up over us, man, of knowing the right thing to do, but still, falling short and doing these things, So I say those things can be simplified with the statement that King Solomon wrote in the book of Ecclesiastes, which is all is vanity, okay? And that's everything you see in this world, man. It's very easy to be enticed to these things of the world. You working an extra, a few extra hours, at work to accomplish this, or you may have your eyes on this, and or a woman, or a promotion, or whatever, and you gotta check yourself sometimes, man. Your flesh be wanting to chase things in this world, and that's normal for the flesh, but as the scriptures say, we are to walk in the spirit. If you walk in the spirit, you're not of the flesh. All right. So that's why the scriptures liken this thing into a war between the spirit and the flesh. Okay. Because all of this stuff here really is vanity. It's the ultimate form of it being vanity is the fact that we know everything we see is going to be burned up. The Lord's going to torch all of it. So how much is it really, really worth if the Lord has already purposed for it to be destroyed, man? That includes relationships, man. Okay? Relationships in the truth outside of that, it really has no importance. Okay? All of these things are vanity. Plus, you have the kingdom of heaven, man. All right? The kingdom of heaven is the ultimate thing that you should want to, put your effort towards, But the lower your faith is, the more distant and far off the kingdom of heaven seems. It just feels like a distant dream in the memory, like a foggy dream, But we gotta put one foot in front of the other every single day, gird up our loins and do what we're supposed to do, and you'll find yourself, you'll be generating more faith, man. Just watching a brother video gives you more faith. Reading gives you more faith. Going on a fast, praying. These are all tools that we have within our disposal to build up our faith, so that reward system our body has, that push to want to do things. You have dopamine in your body. You're supposed to develop those things for righteous things. Dopamine can destroy you, man. It can make you addicted to food. Some people are addicted to cigarettes. All kind of addiction you can develop. Gambling, all right. But if you lock in and turn yourself, employ discipline, and follow the ways of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, you'll develop you'll tune your reward system to doing the right thing, okay? Which is your videos, your shows, tapping in with brothers, reading, okay? And then you'll find those things will become easier, man. As Yahweh Shai said, my yoke is easy and my burden is light, okay? Why did he say that? Ultimately because, it is a light thing compared to the work, that it takes to be successful in this society, man. Think about what you got to do to be at the top of this society, okay? You got to put in hella work, hella hours, and you got to do something strange for Esau, okay? So contrast that with this. All we got to do really is do our shows, locking on the highways and byways, take care of our brothers, be a brother, and wait for the Lord to do the heavy lifting. because that's what's promised. The Lord is going to come do the heavy lifting. He's going to upset this place, okay? And so focus on the kingdom of heaven, man. And part of the kingdom of heaven is you, your body, man, okay? The scriptures tell us that the kingdom of heaven is us, you know, the elect. We are the new kingdom, okay? So if you want to focus on the kingdom, focus on the brotherhood. Focus on your personal health, man, so you can be there for the brotherhood, you know? Everything else is vanity, man, you know? We got the orders, we have the understanding of what we need to do. Now it's just a matter of locking in and getting it done, man, okay? Like you hear the NFL coaches, everybody go out there and do your job, okay? Do your job. That's really what it boils down to, man. And now it's just an exercise of patience, okay? Like these Edomites talking about today. Well, today's the 23rd, I believe. Today's supposed to be the day the Lord comes back to rapture us, man. You know? They have no idea what's going on, man. The Lord didn't give us no date, okay? Why else would it require patience if we knew the date? Patience is required when you don't know, man, okay? You're in ignorance when you're patient. Patient means to suffer over a time period, okay? If you're not suffering over a time period, it's not patience. You're just waiting, okay? Now, patience is also a form of waiting, okay? But waiting is not always patience, because we're suffering, man. Why are we suffering? Through the knowledge and wisdom and understanding. That's why we're suffering. Because as it says, the wisdom and knowledge will be the stability of our times. That's what makes the walk difficult. But you can't let Satan get in your head about things, you know? And you can't let Satan distract you on things that don't matter, okay? You're getting emotionally invested into the wrong thing, you know, a woman, a project, or whatever it is, and just lock in and do what you're supposed to do. And patience, possess ye your souls, man, okay? And patience is a skill that we need to be exercising right now, because there will be a day where being too hasty will get you put in the spirit world, talking out of turn, you know, being over anxious, being scared, you know, not of sound mind. All right, that's for that spirit is going to be on the heathen, man. Okay, that ain't meant for the righteous to have that spirit on us, man. We're gonna be at peace when all hell's breaking loose, man. You know, as it says, when we're pilgrims on the earth, it says the stones of the field will be in league with thee, and the animals. All right, the definition of no worrying, man. So I just really wanted to say that quick word. You know, for brothers, you know, our job is simple, man. You know, it may be simple, but it's difficult at times. But that's why we got the brotherhood, you know. So with that, Lord willing, this is edifying. Call hello Yahweh Bashimi Hawashai by Shimmer Chakwadah Shalom. Kwam Yasharah.